what's up, everybody? Welcome to The Stack. I'm Alex.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Justin.
That's not actually Justin.
No, that's not Justin. Justin is off this week, but he will be back next week.
What do you mean off this week?
He is vacation.
We get vacation?
Yeah, and a 401k.
What?
Yeah, it's all in the HR package.
I didn't get a package.
We have a big show for you this week, guys. We're going to talk about first issue of Brit. We're going to talk about the first issue of Mice Templar, the 50th issue of Teen Titans, and we're going to answer one of your viewer voicemail. But first, I want to talk to user Nomadic from YouTube, who unfortunately called me out a little bit because I said this week I was going to slick my hair up into Wolverine spikes, and I kind of can't do that with my hair.
Yeah.
Pete, can you do that?
No, I can't do that.
Oh, man.
We gotta work on the side.
Yeah, well, we got to figure out somebody that can. Hey!
This is about as close as it's gonna get.
Nice.
Nomadic, that's for you, buddy.
All right, there you go. Enjoy. He looks like from that Wolverine Havoc crossover thing where Wolverine had like, pew.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love the sound effect.
A pew. Yeah, it came when you opened up the comic book. It went, pew. All right, I'm done. We're going to move on and talk about the comic books. First up, we got Teen Titans number 50, landmark issue for these young heroes.
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great idea having all the different artists and writers and do a couple pages and continue a storyline. I thought that was a great idea. I thought they pulled it off very much. I was a little disappointed that they used the same thing from Blue Beetle because I bought that separately.
Yeah, I agree.
So I was like, all right, this is kind of treading water.
For those of you who aren't in the know, this is Sean McKeever, the new regular writer on the series. It's its first issue, but it also has all the creators from the run of the title. Jeff Johns, Marv Wolfman, George Perez, everybody really awesome doing little bits as they remember things from Titans history. It's kind of like a sitcom. Hey, do you remember the
Best
time?
of, yeah,
sort of. And I agree, though. The one thing that I was like, about is there's an entire sequence from Blue Beetle 18, I think, which I felt like, I don't know, I've read this.
Yeah, I read it,
Yeah, I read it. And it doesn't really add anything to the story.
And I also felt it was weird when they took time to make out with those two
Oh,
superheroes.
you are so wrong.
No, I was like,
my
hey,
God.
guys, hey,
This
we're
is,
supposed to be protecting the Earth here. There's no make-out time. I don't want to see
There
this.
is no better time to make out than when you're protecting the Earth. It's totally true. Robin and Wonder Girl, oh, I want them to kiss so badly.
It was, yeah.
I want them to kiss so badly.
Well, I was more
But you know
talking
what?
about
Miss
the skinny...
Martian. Oh, the skinny dipping?
Yeah, that was, what's going on?
I know.
Is this the Playboy Grotto, or are we supposed to be protecting the Earth here, people? Come
It's
on.
the Playboy Grotto.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, I thought it was a great issue. I'm really looking forward to Sean McKeever's run on the title.
Yeah.
I know you didn't read Countdown because you refused to read it, right?
Yeah, I hate it. I'm done with it. It's horrible.
It was Sean McKeever wrote that issue yet as well. First funny, good issue of Countdown.
Oh, wow.
Really good. Really funny, really enjoyable. This is his week. He's a breakout star. That kid. That's Sean McKeever. He's going to go places. You heard it here first. Yeah?
Yeah, now that you're his agent, you're going to take a place.
I think so. I'm going to get him into some big movies. Very exciting stuff. All right, let's move on. Talk about the first issue of Brit.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing about this title is Brit is a character created by Robert Kirkman, who you guys might know from Invincible and The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He's not writing this. He's the editor on the book. It's been taken over by an entirely different guy.
But I feel like Kurtman is doing so much work, and it all looks very similar to Invincible that I feel like it's taking away a little bit from the greatness of Invincible. I mean, I love Invincible. I'm not going to stop buying it, but I feel like, you know, with Wolfpack, Brit, you know, other titles, it takes away a little bit because it all looks similar.
What, Wolfman?
Yeah, Wolf. What did I say? Wolfpack?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's fine.
sorry.
Different title. That's fine. But I don't understand why that's a problem at all. I don't know why it's a problem to make something that looks like a cohesive universe and all looks.
Well, I don't think it. I agree with your cohesive universe strategy there, but I feel that like I want
I
different.
just don't appreciate you attacking my client this way.
Okay, all right, fine. I'm sure you got a nice 401k set up for him. But
Absolutely.
But what my point is that like if I'm reading a different book, I want a different feel to it. I want to know, oh, I'm not reading Invincible. I'm not reading Wolfman. I'm reading Brit. You know, so I would like
Astounding Wolfman.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I can see that. I can definitely agree with that. It does feel. I do like the fact that it feels like he's creating the shared universe. I always appreciate when creators do that. But I also agree that it does look and feel a little bit like Invincible.
Yeah.
That's kind of my biggest problem in a different way with the book. I've read the original Brit volumes, which I think are collected now in a full volume. I think it's called Brit Old Soldier, which you can get from Image. And they're great. It's a really simple, awesome concept. He's a senior citizen, older guy. His only power is unbreakable skin. He's not super strong. He's not super smart. Basically, what they do is they take Brit and they just drop him somewhere and let him walk to the goal, because nobody can stop him at any point. So it's things like in this issue, for example, a dinosaur eats him, and that's how he stops the dinosaur, is by letting the dinosaur eat him. But I don't feel like they go far enough with it. They start to give him some not failures, weaknesses.
Yeah, weaknesses.
That
like
I forgot what the word
toothless.
are because I've never had any. But it's in an old issue of Brit, you would drop Brit inside of the dinosaur, and then he would walk out of the dinosaur, and that's how he'd kill the dinosaur. In this, he needs a guy with guns to take care of him. I'm not as crazy about it.
I did like I thought the guy, his sidekick there, was very funny. I love the line, because he's a robot, that when he was being flown away on the pterodactyl there, he was like, Brit was like, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I mentally crap my pants." I was like, that's hilarious.
It's a good, funny book. It's very solid. They give you a couple of twisties and turnies right there at the end, which I like. Yeah. So I'll definitely be tuning into it, but I'd like it to, I agree with you. I think that I'd like it to be something a little different.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back from the break, we are going to talk about the first issue of Mice Templar, and we're going to answer one of your viewer voicemails, so stay tuned.
Comics.
Wow, perfect.
Who are you?
Are you retarded? I'm the goddamn Catwoman.
So why are we taking breaks now?
It's in my contract.
You have a contract?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later. All right, we are going to move on and talk about the first issue of Mice Templar from Mike Avon Oming. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I surrender is apparently what
Wow, yeah, you're like, I'm done. It's unbelievable. I love Mike. I love his work. I think he's amazing. I was a little confused. I felt like a lot of the mice looked a little similar, and I had to I had to double check like who was talking. I felt like some of the voices got jumbled a little bit. I was a little lost. And plus, I thought, like, the whole fish god thing with the open mouth and the glowing fish, I was like, come on with this.
Yeah. Okay, for those of you not clued in, this is a new series from Mike Avon Oming that's been gestating for years.
Yeah.
It is essentially little mice warriors versus rat warriors with other animals mixed in. It has a very deep mythology to it. There's a little mysticism going on. I agree with you. For the first half of the book, I was a little confused, had to keep checking back, seeing who the characters were, because, you know, essentially some of them have a little bigger ears, some of them have slightly
One guy
smaller
has a
ears.
cut in his ear. I was like, oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's just to give you a sense of this gigantic society that they've set up.
I did really.
And by the end, not to spoil anything, it's definitely much reduced in terms of the number of characters.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what got me. Here's what got me, and I feel like you saying this.
Okay.
The action sequences were so tense and amazing. They were awesome.
Yeah, they were.
I kind of felt my breath catch a little
Yeah,
bit.
I was really excited about all the action and the butt kicking. I was very much enjoying that. I also liked the whole page shot of like the tree and the whole city underneath the city.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was great, but at the same time, it was like. It was just so much happening and so much going on. I felt like a lot of the voices were lost, but it was enjoyable. I was like, but they have to do this because it's a first issue.
Right.
I'm on board. I want to see what's going on, but yeah.
Yeah.
I love the short hairs joke. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it's rats calling mice short hairs.
hairs, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, it's great. It's a packed, huge issue, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, you've read Mouse Guard.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How does it compare to Mouse Guard? Because I know a lot of people have brought that up.
Yeah, and at first, when I first read about this, I was like, wow, are they just trying to... But no, you know, it's two separate ideas, which is fine. Mouse Guard is different. It's not as much dwelling on the society as it's found. It just kind of follows the guard mice. It doesn't talk about the whole city of, It's just kind of about like these couple characters, which maybe is why I got confused, because there's so many different families and stuff going on in the beginning.
Yeah. Again, though, I think this was hands down my favorite issue of the week. I absolutely loved it. I totally agree that at the beginning I was starting to be a little lost, but it completely drew me in with the action, which was awesome. I
Yeah.
surrender.
Plus, this is more like a comic book, and Mouse Guard is more like a kind of like, not to say a kid's story, but it's more of a picture book. It's like
It's for
very
like little
drawn.
babies.
Are you calling me a little baby?
Maybe.
All right, because I enjoy
baby,
Mouse Guard.
baby.
Oh,
That's great. All right, we're going to move on with your viewer voicemail. We got one from Leon from San Pablo. He called in, and he had this to say.
Hey guys, just saw your show for the first time. My name is Leon Allen. I'm in San Pablo, California, and I really enjoyed it. I got 2 downloads. You did a review of The Unmen in one of the shows, and then you did another one where it was New X-Men. So, a couple of things, comments. One would be, do you guys review trade paperbacks? Not original graphic novels, but maybe the Essential Line, Showcase, Masterworks, Archives? That would be good. And also, do you review, I think the pronunciation is manga, the Japanese stuff, like Hellsing's very good, and Trigun Maximum's not bad, that kind of stuff. And I guess that's it. Again, this is Leon Allen, San Pablo, California. You got a new fan, and I will watch every week. Thanks. Bye.
All right, Leon, thank you so much for calling in. So that's a pretty good question. I mean, in terms of trade paperbacks, or at least collections, I got to say I am not crazy about things like the Essential Lines, the ones that reprint a ton of comics but reprint them essentially on newsprint, in black and white.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No. I mean, I enjoy comics as they come out, and that's probably one of the reasons we don't talk about it, is because it's a whole collection, and it's a lot to talk about, whereas, one comic we can handle and we can discuss a little bit easier. Also, as far as the manga is concerned, I did like when manga did a Spider-Man issue. I thought that was enjoyable. I do enjoy manga, but it's, I don't know, it's a little different. I guess to admit something, when I first read manga, I just associated it with, like, little girls in dresses going hee hee hee, which is very, stupid of me, and I didn't know the whole manga world.
It's accurate.
Oh, okay. But, it's like, I've now found out there's a lot more to it than that. But,
I definitely, there's a lot of it. It's certainly influencing everything that's going on in comic books, pretty much across the board. The thing that's crazy to me is manga way outsells anything in, mainstream comic books right now.
Yeah.
So if anything, comic books, which I just called mainstream, are not the mainstream. They're the alternative, and manga is the mainstream. Yeah. I think last week Naruto and Fruit Basket both charted on the New York Times bestseller list.
Wow, that's
which
crazy.
is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If I'm totally inaccurate about that, make fun of me on YouTube or whatever.
They probably will.
They'll probably do it anyway. But there's some stuff that I've been picking up. I certainly want to pick up more of the manga.
Yeah.
Like anything else, there's really bad stuff, and then there's actually some really good stuff as well. I think something like Scott Pilgrim, which is very influenced by a manga style, is awesome. It's great. It uses that style to a great parody effect as well, which is really nice. Yeah. The Minx line from DC has definitely brought in some manga influence, and I think in a very nice way. It's certainly more concentrated on story. And it's not for little girls going, ah, ha, 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 and then like big tears coming out of their eyes.
I didn't say it was for little girls. I said that's what it looks
If
like.
anything, this is a weird comparison to make, but I like it better than something. I would more readily pick up something from a manga line than I would from an essential line. I think just because it's an original story and it's presented in the format that they want to present it in.
Yeah, I've never really been drawn towards the essentials that much.
Yeah,
I've never been like, oh, I gotta pick.
Here's a quick question for you.
Yeah,
manga or manga? I'm pretty sure it's manga, and we've been saying it wrong the entire time.
Wow, I've always just assumed it was manga. I guess.
Cool. Great. All right, if it's manga or manga, you let us know. Call in at 213-291-1883 or email us at tips@pulpsecret.com. You can also upload your own reviews and comments, and we'll put them in the show. Just put them up on YouTube as a video response or submit your video on our website at pulpsecret.com. And there's one last thing we want to do before you guys go. I don't know if you guys have been watching Indie Mogul over at indiemogul.com. Awesome show. Yeah. Really great. But we have a challenge for Eric.
Yeah.
We are going to challenge you to a battle to the death, Eric.
Mortal Kombat.
And we are going to murder you.
No, we shouldn't do that. Come on, Alex.
We probably shouldn't let people know that we're going to murder Eric on the internet.
That's going to be
Then they'll find out. But what we would like to challenge Eric to is you've done some pretty amazing things on the show. You've created some awesome things on a budget. But we bet that there is no way that you could create a superhero costume on your show.
Yeah.
And not only that, a superhero costume based on an animal.
Ooh,
That
that's
hasn't
a
already
challenge.
been made.
That
It
is
can't
a
be something-
challenge,
It
Eric.
can't be something like, oh, I made a Spider-Man costume. I made it by picking it up at the costume store. No. You come here with an animal-based superhero costume, and we will make Justin wear it for
Yeah,
the
he's
entire
not here. He
show.
can't defend himself.
Absolutely not.
He'll have to wear it.
But that's our challenge to you. So check out IndieMogul.com to see if Eric actually does it. And we'll see you here next week on The Stack.